Every day you wake up with two choices. You can either waste your energy by living unconsciously, or you can rise with awareness and transform every single habit into a sacred ritual that strengthens your mind, body, and soul. Semen retention is the foundation of this transformation because it teaches you that your seed is not just fluid. It is concentrated life force, it is sacred energy, and it is raw potential waiting to be directed into something greater. When you begin to practice retention, you notice that the ordinary details of life are no longer small. They carry meaning, they carry power, they carry opportunities for growth. If you want to take this path further and connect with a community of people walking the same journey, make sure to join the Telegram channel whose link is in the description. That is where like-minded men gather, share, and strengthen each other in discipline. Now understand this. Most people wake up and go straight into autopilot, pick up their phone before they even open their eyes fully. They drown in notifications, messages, and meaningless content. They stumble out of bed and consume food without awareness. They go through their day repeating habits they don't even think about. And because they waste their seed regularly, they don't even realize how much of their inner power is leaking away. But semen retention is the wake-up call. It shows you that every action matters. It shows you that the smallest details of your daily routine can either weaken you or empower you. Suddenly, drinking water is not just hydration. It is a ritual of fueling your temple. Suddenly, eating is not just chewing food. It is a ritual of providing energy to your higher self. Suddenly, breathing is not just an unconscious reflex. It is a ritual of drawing life into your being. When you start to hold your seed, you feel the weight of your choices. Every time you are tempted to release, you feel how much energy would be lost. Every time you resist and redirect, you feel how much energy builds inside. And you realize that the difference between weakness and mastery lies not in great achievements, but in the ordinary habits of every single day. This is where sacred rituals come in. A ritual is not something only monks or spiritual masters practice. It is simply a habit charged with intention and awareness. When you turn your habits into rituals, you elevate your life. Brushing your teeth becomes an act of gratitude for having a body to maintain. Taking a shower becomes a ritual of cleansing and refreshing your spirit. Sitting down to write in a journal becomes a ritual of clearing your mind and sharpening your focus. Meditation becomes a ritual of connecting to your inner self. I guess every action gains new meaning. And semen retention powers those rituals because it provides you with energy, clarity, and focus. Without retention, rituals can feel empty. With retention, rituals become alive. Your morning routine is the battlefield where this transformation begins. If you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, you have already lost ground. If you wake up and take control with breathwork, hydration, movement, and stillness, you have already won the first victory of the day. Semen retention makes you aware of these victories, which makes you sensitive to the difference between wasting and building. When you hold your seed, your mornings become sacred. Your body feels alive, your mind feels sharp, your spirit feels strong, and you realize that the first hour of your day is a ritual that sets the tone for everything that follows. Now think about how most people eat. They shovel food into their mouths while watching television or scrolling through social media. They eat not for nourishment, but for distraction. But when you live with awareness, eating becomes sacred. You chew slowly, you taste fully, you feel gratitude for the food. You see it as fuel for your temple. And because you are practicing semen retention, you do not just eat for survival. You eat for strength, clarity, and longevity. Food is not a habit, it is a ritual. The same applies to movement. Most people drag themselves to the gym or avoid physical activity altogether. They see exercise as a burden. But you can transform it into a ritual. You can move your body with awareness. You can feel your muscles working. You can breathe into your effort. You can sweat not just to burn calories, but to purify your system and release stagnant energy. With retention, exercise becomes powerful because you are channeling your built-up energy into growth. Every push, every pull, every step, every stretch becomes a ritual of strength. Breath is another sacred key. You breathe thousands of times a day, but rarely with awareness, yet your breath is directly connected to your life force. Retention amplifies this connection. Every deep breath fills you with power. Every exhale releases tension and negativity. When you make breathing into a ritual, you are literally charging your body with life. Just a few minutes of conscious breathing every morning can transform your state completely. And the more you retain, the more potent your breath becomes. Even walking can be a ritual. Instead of rushing, you can walk slowly and consciously. Feel your feet touching the ground. Feel the rhythm of your steps. Feel the flow of your breath as you move. When you walk with awareness, you are meditating in motion. You are grounding yourself in the present moment. You are reminding yourself that life is not just about racing to the next task, it is about presence. And semen retention makes you crave that presence. You no longer want to live in distraction. You want to live with clarity. Sleep is another overlooked ritual. Most people collapse into bed after filling their minds with noise and distractions. They do not prepare for rest. They do not honor it. But sleep is where your body repairs and your energy integrates. When you retain, your body works even harder at night to transform energy into strength. So treat sleep as a ritual. Dim the lights. Disconnect from screens. Breathe deeply. Lie down with gratitude. Set intentions for your dreams. And watch how your rest becomes more powerful, more healing, more sacred. Understand this clearly. Semen retention by itself is not enough. You cannot simply hold your seed and do nothing. Energy without direction creates frustration. Retention without rituals creates stagnation. You must channel the energy. You must guide it. You must refine it. Rituals are the channels. Rituals are the pathways. Rituals are the vessels that carry your energy into transformation. Without rituals, you are like a man holding fire in his hands with no container. Eventually, it will burn you. With rituals, you place that fire into a torch that lights your path forward. The modern world is designed to rob you of rituals. It floods you with shallow entertainment, endless scrolling, junk food, meaningless gossip, and constant noise. It tells you that indulgence is freedom, but that is a lie. Indulgence enslaves. Discipline frees. Rituals empower. Retention strengthens. The system wants you weak, distracted, and drained. But when you turn daily habits into rituals, you step out of that trap. You reclaim your energy. You reclaim your focus. You reclaim your life. Think of it this way. Every habit is either draining you or building you. Every action is either a leak or a deposit into your inner bank of energy. When you release, you drain the account. When you indulge in unconscious habits, you drain the account. But when you retain, you save. When you channel into rituals, you invest. Over time, the energy compounds. And just like money invested wisely grows into wealth, your energy invested into rituals grows into strength, clarity, and mastery. The greatest men of history understood this. Warriors, sages, monks, and masters practiced retention because they knew the seed was sacred. They turned their lives into rituals of discipline and focus. They did not waste energy on weakness. They built empires, philosophies, and legacies. You have the same potential. The question is whether you will waste or whether you will plant, whether you will drift or whether you will direct, whether you will live unconsciously or whether you will turn your life into a sacred ritual. The beauty of this path is that you do not need to wait for perfect conditions. You can start today, right now, with the smallest of actions. Drink water with awareness. Take a deep breath. Put down your phone. Stretch your body. Express gratitude. These small acts may seem insignificant, but when practiced daily, they become sacred rituals. When powered by retention, they transform you. Slowly at first, then faster. Now one day you wake up and realize you are no longer the same man. You are stronger, clearer, more focused, more alive. And this is the essence of semen retention. It is not only about holding your seed, it is about holding yourself to a higher standard. It is about living with discipline, awareness, and sacredness. It is about turning the ordinary into extraordinary. It is about transforming habits into rituals that empower you to rise above weakness and live as your highest self. That is the path. That is the calling. That is the power within your reach. Protect your seed. Direct your energy. Elevate your life. Turn every daily habit into a sacred ritual. And remember, if this message resonates with you, support the journey by contributing through the thanks button below. Every contribution, no matter how small, is important.